of Mr. Trump's victory, right, in the election. So this is a very critical moment. So it have a very strong symbolic role, in this visit, I think. So the visit, I hope that this visit can lay can have like a keynote visit, to lay the foundation for the future.
Yeah, these are stunning pictures.
I don't know how many years
all these sites are very well known
at least
all
for 3
over
years,
the world.
right?
It's interesting seeing this street, which is usually clogged with traffic. It's right next to Tiananmen Square, which is a huge tourist attraction filled with thousands of people. It's interesting watching this now all cleared out for this very grand ceremony where President Xi will welcome President Trump to the great Hall of the People there, which is the seat of power for Chinese government. As our guest just mentioned, it was just last month that President Xi delivered his very long, grand speech to the Communist Party, the People's Congress there, and is now emerging here to meet President Trump.
All right.
On the front steps.
Yeah, you're now watching the President of People's Republic of China, President Xi Jinping, alongside with First Lady, Madam familiar with Chinese culture, and such events are usually the Great Hall carefully choreographed down to the smallest detail. And China obviously want to send out a message that U.S. President Donald Trump is
in reciprocation for the way that the Chinese President Xi Jinping was welcomed in Florida soon after President Trump's inauguration. Apparently that trip made a very big impact on President Xi. And these are the pictures here. President Trump leaving the limousine to shake hands and greet the Chinese president and his wife.
Yeah, let's listen in for a moment.
Out the red carpet, literally and figuratively, to welcome him and his wife.
Yeah, and President Trump is being given this ceremonial reception in front of the Great Hall of the People. He was being introduced to welcoming ceremony in front of the Great Hall of the People. This is an important day, obviously, where the world will be watching. We found how the bilateral some of the most pressing security issues in the region.
Yeah, this is President Trump's third stop on his 12-day, five-nation Asian summit.
总统阁下，中国人民解放军仪仗队列队完毕，请您检阅。
Now watching President Xi Jinping together with U.S. President Donald Trump walking along the red carpet to inspect military guard here. And the welcome ceremony in President Donald Trump's name is being held as we speak outside the Great Hall of the People. The military band had played the national anthem of the People's Republic of China and the United States, and President Trump is now inspecting the honor
China's
guard
respect
with his
to President Trump and to try to forge a very long-lasting, positive relationship.
Yeah, and this is their third face-to-face meeting. The first one was at Mar-a-Lago in the United States.
And this song right here is actually specially chosen too. This is the Stars and Stripes Forever, which is a John Philip Sousa march penned back in 1896. The fact that the Chinese government is having this song played with American children waving American and Chinese flags outside is of special significance right there.
Yeah. And today's meeting is really after, last afternoon's meeting in a more relaxed setting. They were speaking to each other in a more relaxed setting, which kind of...
they had tea, they watched an opera.
Yeah, and smoothed the relationship a little bit.
And now clearly they're trying to set the mood of excitement, of energy, of positive feelings here.
That's right.
It's interesting to watch all this unfold here for the American president and of course the Chinese president too. Especially considering that, President Trump is not enjoying incredible popularity ratings back at home. But here, President Xi is without question rolling out that red carpet as they walk down here with the children singing and dancing there, greeting the two leaders.
Yeah, they're waving these miniature flags, United States flag and Chinese flag, jumping up and down.
We saw one of the children earlier, which I thought was hilarious. The kid that did the kung fu moves there.
Really got the move there.
In a suit to boot. And so, pretty impressive. And now, this is obviously President Trump enjoying all this, greeting the children, saying hello. Yeah, it's a big ceremony, a big moment for both leaders here.
Quite an elaborate problem in front of an official ceremony right there. And now he is in China. So how he will adjust that tone to his Chinese counterpart, that'll be interesting to watch.
We've seen a lot of changes in President Trump's tones over the months. We saw during the campaign he was very harsh and very critical of China. Once he got elected, inaugurated, that tone has changed considerably. He describes President Xi as a good friend. He says they have a warm relationship, although they disagree on several big issues. DPRK is just one of them. And so we'll see what kind of impact this meeting has between the two leaders over the months and weeks ahead as they try to tackle some of these these thornier issues.
Yeah. Let me just bring our guests back in. Mr. Donnan, Mr. Trump actually spoke highly about Chinese president, giving personal praises. I'm sorry, I have to pause for a little bit to let our viewers to
kind of
take
soak
in all the
atmosphere.
image. Yeah. Just going back to the question before, Mr. Dunham, I was saying Mr. Trump has been given these high personal praises to Mr. Xi. I'm quoting his words. He says, Mr. Xi is a powerful man. I happen to think he's a very good person, but he also says this won't stop him from getting tough with China on certain issues. What is he prepared to do, and how is he planning to do them?
Policies of China without making it personal. I know that's one thing. If you go back to possible where Clinton criticized had some problems with the Chinese government and Chinese people because of the tone, and so her criticisms became personal. I think this is the way you negotiate. You say, I trust you, but we disagree on this. And I think that trade is thorny, but I'm interested in what happens on some foreign policy issues, like in Pakistan and India, or the South China Sea, because that's where personal relationships become very important, where there's not a deliverable in the same way. But I do think that behind closed doors, they will talk about what they want. The reality is hard bargaining and seeing if there is any common ground where they can move forward.
There's a lot to consider there. Let's take a moment here to listen to some of the music and pageantry put on display for the two presidents. So again, these are live pictures coming from the Great Hall of the People of President Xi and President Trump right there, walking side by side along the red carpet up to the steps here for this very, very special welcome to President Trump to China.
That is right, and they are heading back to the Great Hall of the People where they're expected to have closed-door meetings. I've been told they're going to have 2 sessions of closed-door meetings, and they're about to deliver remarks after the first session, and when that happens, we'll obviously bring that to you live as well.
And just to give you guys at home some perspective here, this is a very formal welcome ceremony that China considers its highest regard for a visiting head of state. This is not necessarily normal. This is not what a foreign leader or a foreign president might necessarily get. China really is putting on a show to make sure that President Trump feels welcome and to build a good relationship between the two leaders.
That's right. As you said, the highest level for a state leader's welcoming ceremony for the 21 gun salute that's been given to President Trump. That is the highest level of military honor in this kind of setting, reserved only for heads of state. He inspected the military guard. You know, he was welcomed by Chinese American school children waving Chinese and U.S. flags. It was really
this trip
a
has been
reception.
and this trip has been peppered with all sorts of unprecedented events. The fact that the American president, Donald Trump, had dinner inside the Forbidden City yesterday with President Xi, and also a very rare special moment that is not usually enjoyed with a visiting head of state.